lost all of my love and my sanity. Vanity told me I'm too hard to handle. Dismantle any opposition, quit playing with me. Brothers hella lame, how they get their name? Israelites lacking integrity. Politics made it to Israel, but it's not spiritual. Why can't I let them get next to me? Chef in the kitchen, he cooking, he cooking, he cooking. These niggas trying to steal a recipe. Look at my weaponry, that is my specialty. Lion a Zion, a Judah, full pedigree. Repping my legacy. If I got a body rappers, then Mac, he gon' be the accessory. Judah the gang, and I'm repping it heavily. Vocals the same, but I got a new melody. I'm from the bottom of Rebel to Grepper Street. Haters, they hate me, they really be repping me. Yeah, they really be repping me. I went to war for some brothers who never had love and they heart or respect for me. Gates told me go where they celebrate it, they don't just tolerate your gifts. Christ told me shake the dust off your feet and take your peace with you when you dip. Made it out of a city where plenty crashed. We never had nothing, we needed cash. Feds gave us Aguilera, we didn't know better. We turned it to Lenny Crab. Should've got yards running from my past, but the Lord made a way when he threw the flag. Beat the case, but I blew the bag. Did it bare face, we don't do the mask. Not Protestant, Jesuit, Lutheran, nah, we don't do the mass. I just be watching they movement and how they maneuvering, slithering through the grass. Who gon' pity for the snake charm? Put them in the bag, shake the snake on them. It's never about who your haters, it's always about how much money you making on them. Put your riches in the most high, that's the best flip for the best price. Cash in with your house shy, I'ma die once, I'ma live twice. Balls mean, but my flow nice. Rep 12, not the pole lights. Chef, he the light of the world, I'm trying to keep all of my babies from pole light.
You die once, but you live twice. Please don't get left, you'll have no rights. Me and Chef steam like bowl rice. This be getting 8 like 4 twice. A European get your soul right. They don't hear me though like no mic. How they supposed to know like no advice? Children of the light like no night.
Got me feeling like Ricky Bobby up in Talladega. I'm on the road, feel like I'm on fire. Holding it down till I see the Messiah. Dripping in gold, you see the attire. Dripping in gold, you see the attire. I say it twice for those I inspire. Make it a third for all of the liars.
Please do not treat this like entertainment, man, I pray you don't. This a cry for your soul. Renew your thinking and rearrange it, man, I pray you do. Cause the kingdoms are gold. They're really tricking for little payments, making money moves, but you losing your soul. How y'all be thinking, be aggravating? I'm not spelling that like I'm losing my nose. We gotta represent, children is watching. We see with the ruach, the spirit is watching. Me and Chef at the back, we did the way that we flipping this heat, man, it feel like hibachi. Killing these demons with pain is my doctrine. I'm bobbing and weaving, it feel like I'm boxing. I want the kingdom of heaven, the mysteries that are spoken of in 2 Colossians.
Yeah. Die once, live twice. Yeah.
Yo, what's going on? Shalom,
what it do?
Shalom out there. Wonderful Sabbath day. You are tuned in to the one, to the only, the Scorned Black Man podcast, where we bring everything from a street and biblical perspective. We attack the serious issues that people are scared to attack in the Black and urban communities. And I'd like to welcome, what's going on, Brother Don Yehuda?
Hey, what it do today, man?
Man, you know what it is, And we'd like to welcome y'all to episode 41, the health state of Black men in America. Once again, episode 41, the health state of Black men in America. And the description says high blood pressure, high blood sugar, high cholesterol, and stress through the roof. Black men are dying in America very young and fast because of the health problems. Let's talk about it. And this is a very, very serious issue. We're dying very fast, Black man. And, you know, we're going to get really kind of deep into this thing because this is a very passionate topic for me today because it gives me a chance to expand more on why we should be getting the hell out of here. But we're dying very young. My father, he died last year early. Last year, around this time, he was in a coma or coming out of a coma. He had a big trait in his throat. You know what I'm saying? Heart vessel blast. You know what I'm saying? And he just turned 67, very young 67. Didn't even look it. This thing, man, is black men are just dropping like flies. You know what I'm saying? We know we're being targeted through the foods, you know what I'm saying, through every kind of system it is, you know what I'm saying, the medications, even through our own families by not having a pillow of rest or anything like that, or just being at ease, you know what I'm saying? Because we're in an environment over here where it's just taught the evilness is just reaping throughout the damn country, just evilness and this satanic witchcraft. But before we start getting into these videos and clips, I want to give everybody a shout out right now and get a brother K Judah show. Y'all go out there. Y'all know anything about the K Judah show, please go over there and hit that subscribe button to the good brother K Judah, the good sister Weezy, One Love. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to her. And shouts out to all y'all watching live right now. But before we get into everything, Dreadful Cosman, man, you know I ain't forgot about you. Corey Pay, y'all know I ain't forgot about you, man. Hey, check this out though. But Don Yehuda, man, before we get into the videos, man, just, you know what I'm saying, just give me a little something. Give me a little something, Don Yehuda, man. You know what I'm saying? Bless us with that Don Yehuda, Stephen A. Israel talk, man. You know what I'm saying? Give us a little something.
Man, but hey, Black America, man, us as a people, we have very poor health situation going on because we have a lot of contributing factors that's playing into our health, and a large part of that is the diet. You know, you have your diet and you have your environmental situations that's plaguing us right now. It's causing all these diseases, like you said, hypertension, diabetes, you know, arthritis, Alzheimer's, cancer, heart disease. I mean, you name it, we're probably leading the list in all of these diseases compared to our other racial groups that's out there. So a lot of times, man, is, you know, they try to say this stuff is inherited, but a lot of this stuff is just inherited as far as culturally, like the things that we eat, the things that we do, or the lack thereof. Yeah. So those things play into how our health is being affected.
Man, I don't take that excuse. I don't take that excuse as you know, you know, it's in my genes, you know.
Right.
You know, my mama and my papa and my sisters, my brother. You know what's in your genes? Eating gluttonous is in your genes. You know, bad diets
in your genes.
Right. Bad diets is in your genes. You know what I'm saying? Not exercising. Your family didn't grow up exercising. You know what I'm saying? That's all in your genes. And indoctrination is in your genes as well. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Your you know, the environments that you've been put in is in your genes. But we're gonna get into that. You know, once again, hit that, please. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? And share it with family and friends and people like-minded. Share it to the people that, you know, they might don't want to hear this, but they need to hear it. Shameless plug to Don Yehuda while I get this video.
Yeah, go on over to my channel, Fire Talk Radio Podcast. I'm still getting my information together. I should be done shortly. I know I said once I reached 100 that I was going to drop some videos on there, but definitely go over there. It's in the making. It's coming. Fire Talk Radio Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. Our brother Sadak couldn't make it today, but definitely go over to LTKW Radio. Like, share, and subscribe. And you already know where you at. The Scorn Black Man Podcast. Share this event today. Share this podcast. Talk about it. You know, we need the viewership to come in so we can edify the people on what not to do in America. But while he's getting that video together, a lot of times our people, like you said, you can't sit back and just think that it's inherited. A lot of times it's going into the food consumption. A lot of our people eat very bad foods. And it's not just the type of foods, but it's the combination of foods and it's the preparation of the food. So a lot of factors play into why your health is deteriorating.
Hey, we got it. You don't see it? You don't see the screen?
I don't. It's blurry on my end. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if you see the screen.
Hold on, let me do it another way. Let me do it another way. Let me go back the other way.
But yeah, a lot of times our people still doing the same things that our parents was doing. Parents was doing the same thing that their parents were doing. And so what we're seeing is a repeat generation after generation of a variety of health issues that's going on. Like right now, we see Black men being affected. The #1 cause of death for alleged so-called Black men is heart disease. You know, that is a problem within our community. And a lot of times that's due to the lack of, like he said earlier, exercise, the lack of eating properly, getting the right phytonutrients and nutrients within your system. I see the screen now, bro.
Man, I had to stop it right there, man. He said, I started eating, you know, I want something bigger.
Hey, when he was talking about the ice cream, man, all I could think about was Master P out this joint.
That nigga say, I started to eat and I want something bigger. I had to start saying, man, no, man. I'm going to lose my train of thought by the time we get to the end of this, man. I'm sorry.
I can't lie, bro. I'd be a fool for some ice cream too, man. I love me some ice cream.
That nigga said, man, matter of fact, give me one more nutty buddy.
2 more nutty buddies.
Give me 2 more nutty buddies right there, man. Hey, man, I want a plain one. I said, that was a plain one. A plain one don't got nuts in it, or the first one had what, extra nuts in them off? I don't know, man.
Oh no.
Man, let us finish this off. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Hey yo, bro. That's a damn spirit on that brother, man. That brother, he said he could eat 2 whole pizzas, damn near 2 dozen wings, and still be thinking about something to eat, man. The fuck out of here. That's he on his way to one of them shows like 800 pounds and need help.
Boy, that boy big as a motherfucker, boy. Hey,
Man,
boy, that boy goddamn, that boy say, I eat 2 large and 2 mediums. What was that, large or medium?
Man, two large pizzas, and hold on, and 2 sides of wings.
Damn, that nigga eating a goddamn 2 dozens, nigga. 24 wings.
Hold on, check what he said. He said, if y'all don't want it, y'all ain't got to eat it. That was a disclaimer. Don't come get none of this food.
Right.
Y'all don't want it. Don't come eat it.
Y'all know I'm still hungry. So I'm thinking about the next food, the next meal I'm gonna eat. Now, you know, it ain't funny, but it's funny because this is how Negroes eat. You know what I'm saying? You eat like this, and all this is gonna get bad health on you. Then you eat the most unhealthiest foods over here. We're gonna keep it real. US, they feed you plastic, they feed you all kind of shit. We eat all kind of shit over here. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The shits that they feed us are outlawed in most of all these countries. All these countries y'all might call third world and first world and all second world too, they are outlawed. United States is like, it's cheap as hell. They'll feed you and give you all kind of shit just to, they give you a little bit. Hey, your dollar gonna be worth something, but you know, their healthcare system ain't really worth shit when you look at it on a worldly scale. I mean, when you rank them in the 30s and 40s in the world, you know what I'm saying? They don't promote any kind of health to this, man. They send, you know what I'm saying, these overweight bitches like Lizzo out, and you know, Lizzo, you know, she had a video the other day. I'm trying to put it up, man. She just dropped one like, you know, talking about, you know, she's tired of all this body shaming talk. You know, she started going into, you know, it doesn't matter if you have fake this and fake that. See, that's another thing, W. Huda. These surgeries make people think that they have better health. All right, you might get a lipo surgery, you might get all kinds of these other extreme surgeries on your sexual parts or whatever, it's not gonna help on your health.
Right.
Get your ass in the fucking gym and eat right. Eat right. But it's hard to eat right when you're in a place over here that you don't even know what the fuck these motherfuckers even put in the plant-based food. If it's American made, you better get that shit there with something that's shipped across the hill. These motherfuckers is tech, man. Listen, United States, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. It's designed to kill our people, but especially the black man. You got to kill the person that provides the seed.
Right.
This is why the black man is always prevalent. They attack us on every goddamn kind of way it is to attack us on. You know what I'm saying? But if they can try to hurt our bodies, and all we want to do, man, it's a lot of gluttony. Besides all the bad foods that us black folks love to eat. And a lot of y'all niggas out there, y'all pork eaters, shellfish eaters, you eat all the bottom of everything. The shit that eat all the nasty shit on the earth, the shit that eats all the nasty shit in the sea. Excuse me. That's what y'all, like to eat. Then you want to sit back and, watch TV all damn day long and sit on your damn couch or on your damn phone. And what kills me when I hear black women say, ain't mean to, I work. Well, everybody else work too. But they find a time to hit the gym too. They find a time to hit the gym and get a walk in before they go to work. Right. Yep. Maybe hit the gym after work. Maybe hit the gym at lunchtime. Maybe hit the gym before. But they're gonna find time to get it all in. You know what I'm saying? We have to take care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We really, really, really have to. Well done, Yehuda, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're a victim of westernized diet. That diet that our people have come to love. They call it soul food, just a variation of their westernized diet. That's really the nuclear bomb within our household. That's what's really killing our people left and right out here with the cancers, the heart disease, the sickness, everything that we're experiencing within our households. And we're wondering what's going on. Well, the food that you eat, Negroes, what's going on? Because the fried foods, the fatty foods, the abominable meats and so forth, those things are clogging your arteries. Those things are raising your blood pressure. Those things are putrefying within your intestinal tract, and you're becoming sick from these things, and you're compounding it over and over again, day in and day out, eating these foods. When you read in Ezekiel 4, right, it tells you that, and y'all said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. So wherever we at, you know what I'm saying, our people is going to have a bad, piss poor diet. I mean, that's just the facts. That's scripturally proven that we see this day in, day out in our neighborhoods, in our family houses, especially at functions. When niggas get together, that's the most vile food ever being made right there. That's the nuclear bomb that's coming in, destroying your intestines, your immunity system, and everything. Tastes great. Don't get me wrong. Grew up on soul food, love soul food, but soul food ain't good for you. You know what I'm saying? And so when you look into the Western diet that most people eat, it says the Western diet is centered on meat, dairy, processed foods. Most of our people go into fast foods every day. You're working every day or you're hustling every day, whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? We don't subscribe to some of the lifestyles that our people are doing, but if we just keeping it 100, you know what I'm saying? They're going right out to Mickey D's, Burger King, Taco Bell, whatever, getting them a quick burger, fries, and they doing this day in and day out. It ain't even like they're doing it once a week. They're doing it every day, day in and day out. And it says hybridized and genetically modified plant foods with minimal intake of fruits, vegetables, fish, legumes, and whole grains. So the Western diet is meat, dairy, processed foods, hybridized, and GMOs with hardly any plants or vegetables eaten. I mean, that's like niggas kryptonite right there. You put that on the plate, they'll sit at the table for 10 hours straight. Remember your parents used to be like, you're going to eat all that food before you get up from that table, you're going to get your ass whooped. They'll sit at that table 10 hours straight looking at them green beans and those broccoli, like, I ain't eating that. I'll take the whooping. Can't hear you, Art. Can't hear you.
My bad, I was on mute. Hey, I sit there and damn, you know what I'm saying? And I play hard for a while, but shit, you know what I'm saying? Once them goddamn belts and switches started coming across your goddamn back, yeah, I didn't have a choice. You gonna eat it. It wasn't no, you ain't gonna eat it. You're gonna eat it. Because when you I'm gonna start whooping your ass. You better start swallowing that motherfucker. You try to choke and shit. Drinking water, getting all down. They steady beating your ass. My mama don't even play.
Tears and snot mixed with the food, boy.
Man, you gotta eat it. You're gonna season it up. That snot and all that, you season it up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, see, that's the important part. Them GMOs, them steroids, all them injections. This is why, I'm you're gonna hear this more throughout the show. I'm pushing for our people to get your passports, get your family passport. You know what I mean? Your kids, your wives, your husband, whatever. Get everybody passports, and so you could plan on getting the hell up out of here. But you get your passports now. You've never been out of the country. Just get your passport. You can start visiting, because most countries, the jail, all that shit is outlawed. Why is it's not outlawed here? Why are all the most harmful food places are in your neighborhoods? They're gonna put all the fast food places in your neighborhoods, along with the liquor stores and abortion clinics. We all know that, but they're gonna put Popeyes and McDonald's and everything you niggas like to eat. You know what I'm saying? Everything you like to eat, like, that's gonna kill the fuck out you. They're gonna put all that there. Just go ahead and start thinking about making a move. You know what I'm saying? Go to somewhere where they eat where there's no pork on the menu. You know what I'm saying? If you just can't contain your goddamn self. But when you eating good, healthy foods, no GMOs, no steroids, about just, man, you know what I'm saying? Get your mind, body, and soul right. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get into this next clip, man. Y'all hit the subscribe button right now. Scoring Black Man Podcast. And if y'all like traveling channels, go to Hilltop Traveling everywhere. Hit that subscribe button. And shameless plug, Daniel. The shameless plug. You on mute, Daniel. You on mute.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, definitely share this podcast today. The health state of Black men in America is definitely an impactful conversation that we need to have, because a lot of people are suffering from various illnesses within the Black community.
Why I switched to this hair color and will never go back. I've been dyeing my grease for a few years now.
One man shared his story with Eric King in hopes you'll check in with your doctor right now.
In 2007, DeAndre Gaines found himself dizzy with his heart pounding.
On my way to work one morning and just didn't feel right.
Hours later, he woke up in an emergency room.
I was having heart failure.
DeAndre was 28 years old. He ended the day with a new pacemaker implanted in his heart. It was what you might call a bad day.
Terrible.
It wouldn't be the last of the bad days. Depression, continued health struggles, and incarceration plagued him for several years. By 2020, his heart, and this time his body, were failing.
All of his organs were starting to fail. If he had not gotten to us, he probably wouldn't have made it. Let me see your equipment for you.
Kimberly Vessels is DeAndre's heart failure nurse practitioner and part of the Norton Healthcare team that implanted DeAndre with a VAD machine, which is essentially a mechanical heart.
When people think about heart failure, they think of it as an older white male disease. It is for that population, for the older white males, but we see younger African-American males with this disease.
At age 43, DeAndre's life now depends on rechargeable 18-hour batteries.
If I leave the house, I have to put on battery packs. When I'm in the house, I have to plug myself into a wall unit. That was an adjustment of his own, of not being able to get up and go the way I want to go.
Happy and spending as much time as he can with his 4 kids, DeAndre and his medical team know time is part of the concern.
The average life expectancy is 75. I have to be able to get you to 75 in some way or another. And an artificial heart pump at the age of 40 is going to be difficult to get them to 75.
Medically, DeAndre's next hope is for a heart transplant. But the hope of his current heart, both authentic and metal, is that others don't make the same mistake of ignoring the early warning signs of high blood pressure.
Go get checked. Just go. Doesn't matter what it's about. Just self-care is the best care. Go and get yourself checked out.
Doctors say getting
Yeah, that was horrible right there, bro.
Damn. Oh, I could be doing all that, man.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? I get acid reflex, and you know what I'm saying? See, I take pills for acid reflex and stuff. You know, that shit be gas pockets moving all around. That shit be scary. You know what I'm saying? But man, shit. Have to have like a damn mechanical heart. You see how big that motherfucking shit was?
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry for being vulgar out there. I'm sorry for being vulgar. You gotta forgive the dog. He got a little potty mouth. But man, oh man, that was something. I don't know, man. I mean, whoa, you alive? Shit, he ticking, but he looked way bigger than he was in those pictures, and it seemed like he gained weight rapidly fast. And you know, we already know that's real unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? When you gain a whole lot of weight like that real fast, you see how he was in the picture, and then you see how he was sitting there talking. Like, ooh.
Yeah, that's most likely probably lack of being able to move around like you used to due to having that electrical heart.
Yeah, all the above, man. It just whoo, man. The importance, man. The importance, like you have to, you know, black men, you have to have a good. If all y'all ones that's married, you need to have some good women. And you got women that's here. I mean, and women by good, like she could be good hearted, but smart women. Let me change that. Have some smart minded women around you, man, that wants to live as well. You know what I'm saying? That wants to live healthy. Because if you have a woman she's overweight, she's cooking nothing but food that's then gonna kill both of y'all so goddamn fast. Well, hell, she don't give a fuck if she die or you. Hell, she like, yeah, well, we both gonna die fat and fast. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, no. You need somebody that's gonna, You know what I'm saying? Now she got to put the whip on you. Like, we finna bring this damn shit down. We're gonna eat in smaller portions, and we're gonna eat right. And we're finna hit the gym. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's just something to think about, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to tell you, man, think more about getting the hell up out of here. You got something to say?
Yeah, we're dealing with a lot of, our people dealing with food illiteracy and the fact of how to actually eat prescribed to your diet. You know, when we read in the scriptures, it tells you that your body is the temple in 1 Corinthians 3:16. And if you defile that temple, that death and destruction will come upon you. Well, you know, when we eat a certain way, you know, we're bringing death and destruction upon ourselves because we're not knowledgeable on the things that we're consuming. They say you are what you eat. So if we're eating meats that have cancers in it, that have antibiotics in it, that have certain type of steroids in it, then your body is consuming these things. If you're eating GMOs, there's an imbalance of phytonutrients and minerals within those plants and those fruits, you know what I'm saying, on top of them not being natural, such as the hybrids. So there's a lot of things that we're illiterate on when it comes to the consumption of food and agriculture. So we have to first, you know what I'm saying, like the scriptures also tell you to study to show yourself approved. We have to start doing a diligent study and search, you know, really seeing what it is that's affecting our health overall. That brother's overweight. I could tell that brother probably was eating piss poor. He was probably eating everything that we generally eat within the Black community, and he was probably not doing any type of exercises. So when you combine all of those things together, what you get is heart disease, you know what I'm saying, diabetes, high blood pressure, things of that nature. So the outcome is having to have a pacemaker, having to have surgeries, having to have triple bypasses, having to have transplants and things of that nature. We're trying to avoid all of these things. You understand what I'm saying? We're actually trying to put ourselves in a better physical and mental state because the synergy between the two is all interconnected. You know, in Sirach 37:28, it tells you that all things are not profitable for men. You know what I'm saying? And everything of pleasure isn't profitable. and not to be insatiable in the things that we do and the things that we eat, as far as in dainty things, not to be too greedy upon meats. And that's one thing I know for certain, is that us as a people here in America, we are very greedy when it comes to meat. We're eating meat at a high rate every day. It takes your body a very long time to break down meat. If I can remember correctly, I want to say for about a 6 to 8 ounce serving of meat, it takes your body, I think, about 2 days to break down that portion of meat within your stomach and your intestines. So if you're eating 2-3 times a day of meat, various ounces per day, then you have to start, do the mathematical equation. How long is it taking your body to break this food down? And then what is it doing within your body when it's not being broken down as fast and effectively as it should be? Real quick, out of this book called The God Awakening Diet, it states science has shown that consumption more than 10% of animal-based protein, which is meat, in the diet supports cancer development. And it's clear people eating a Western diet are consuming more than that. We know that to be a fact, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our people are fast food dieting every day. They're hitting up the fast food services once at a minimum, twice, on an average, on top of what's being cooked at the home, the fried chicken, the fried fish, the mac and cheese, all of the things that's going to cause your body some discomfort and is alien to your body breaking it down. So, a lot of these things, it could be turned around, but you have to really be serious about wanting to turn these things around. You have to really be serious about, really taking in consideration, you might have to stop eating some of the foods that you really love to eat. But if your health is worth it, are you willing to do it?
One of the reasons the risk factors tend to occur more often in Black Americans is because of the environments and communities in which we are exposed. Picture, for example, the young child who grows up in a safe neighborhood with a large backyard where they can go out, play, and get exercise and walk around. And then picture a contrasting picture, a young child growing up somewhere where the neighborhood isn't safe due to crime, where the playground equipment isn't safe for them to play on. Those children growing up in that environment may be more likely to stay inside, watch TV, and eat snacks. And we see this divergence in risk factor patterns happening in youth. So it really does start with that child who has more or less access to exercise. And then as we age, this ends up magnifying over time. Adults who have jobs that don't allow them the free time to be able to exercise in their time off, or that don't provide enough income to purchase healthy foods, those people choose less healthy diets that put them at risk for high blood pressure, obesity, high cholesterol, diabetes, the ABCDs that we know lead to heart attacks and strokes. One of the reasons the risk factors tend to occur more often in Black Americans is because of the environments and communities in which we are exposed.
See, that's what I was just talking about. You know what I'm saying? The whole environments that we are in right now. This is why it's so important. One of the reasons that the Passport Bro movement, passport bro movement is not just about, you combative, non-submissive women out there. We're getting into another stage. But it's about getting to an environment where you can get around, first of all, people that respect human beings, better environments, and better eating. When the United States is feeding you plastic and damn body parts and motherfucking all kind of crazy shit that's just really unhealthy food, simple like that. You eating GMOs, you got steroids all throughout your goddamn chickens and clones and every damn thing else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Plus, they put you in neighborhoods, like the one was saying, with you got parks, you might have a goddamn, a basketball court and a little playground, but it's nothing. You need the whole, you need the whole exercise. You need the trail shits, because see, When I stay amongst these Gentiles that got money, it's walking trails, it's exercising, pull-ups, it's all kind of shit every damn where. It's gyms everywhere. It's motherfucking smoothie, fruit, you know what I'm saying, shops and everything. It's health food stores, you know what I'm saying? It's even the fast food restaurants, it's just something different. You have Five Guys and you know, In-N-Out Burger where the shit is all fresh. And, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? I mean, even that, you know what I'm saying? Like, our people are put in the poorest conditions possible. When you got liquor stores on every corner, Christianity churches on every corner, abortion clinics on every damn corner, fast food restaurants, everything is just crazy. It's a recipe for disaster. You know what I'm saying? If you want to live, black man, if you marry, I'm talking to all the married black men, all the black men that got women right now and kids, get you and your damn families the hell up out of here. Get them up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go find a place somewhere. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Go someplace that has better eating that's gonna let you be able to, you know what I'm saying, keep the laws and commandments, and you know what I'm saying, it has a culture of people that, you know what I'm saying, that they exercise and believe in exercising. Come on, give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance, black man. Go ahead, brother Daniel.
Yeah, quick question. I just wanted to ask you, because you brought this up earlier, right? As a man that's traveled to other countries and everything, I noticed that, and maybe you can speak on this a little bit better, that overseas, they don't actually eat or have the ability to eat all day, every day like we do here in America. Is that true?
Well, I guess it depends on what countries that you're in. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm pretty sure like the Middle Eastern countries where like the Muslims at, and it's the black dude, man, I've been started watching recently. He's from the UK. And you know, his mother is from Ghana, Africa, and his father from Tanzania. But he was born in the UK and shit, you know. And he just go to places where like none of the black travelers really go. Man, he been in Pakistan, Afghanistan, taking pictures with the Taliban. You know, Taliban got all the checkpoints, you know what I'm saying? Man, the people nice. Hey man, come on in, man, have tea with us. You know, United States gonna paint everybody. Just like they paint us in all these other countries and here. They paint you the news here. They paint you the news in all the other countries like you just a criminal, you're scum on earth, but these people know better because they know who you are. So when you go to these places, you're like a damn rock star. Especially when you go to places that haven't seen niggas that melanated Negroes, Israelites with the hair that we got. They know who you are, man. They follow you around. They keep. I mean, damn. But it's like hell. But I'm pretty sure like the Muslim countries and other countries got certain times where they might, you know, where they praying and they don't eat or they fast in the sun. But as far as is being able to eat, they're eating the foods. They're eating healthy because you don't get nothing fresh here unless you really have a farm or something. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't growing and you ain't getting fresh here. When you stay in a lot of the other countries, it's fresh. It's coming straight from the farm right there. Boom. Everything. The fruits, the vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Plus, what you're going to understand, outside all these countries that are European places or European colonialized, they do not eat pork. They don't eat pork. None of the Middle Eastern countries, they don't eat pork. The African countries don't eat pork. And there's 54 countries in Africa don't eat pork. You know what I'm saying? Who is it? Oh, India don't eat pork. Those are the foods I really eat. The Africans, the East African food, the Ethiopians and all that shit right there, all that food, the Indian food, the Mediterranean food, the Middle Eastern food. Yeah, that's why I go grocery shopping at, because they got the shit fresh. When you go to damn Walmart and all your grocery stores, Fry's and Kroger's and Safeway and Publix, and go to one of the Middle Eastern damn grocery stores. That motherfucker gonna look so fresh and they gonna be cheaper too. You know what I'm saying? They're just a gym. You know what I'm saying? You go to Southeast Asia, man, rice, noodles, soups, vegetables, stir fried or whatever, fish. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Chicken, beef, lamb. You ain't got to eat the pork. You ain't got to eat the spiders and the damn bugs. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to go into all that exotic stuff like that, hey, the Bible says you Negroes can eat damn locusts. Did you know that's a clean meat? You know what I'm saying? Lord, but you see them niggas over here eating locusts, do you? But I tell you that we was eating locusts, and anything probably in that locust family, that might be grasshoppers and crickets and all that shit. It's right there. I ain't gonna eat it. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking,
hey, they be over there frying them things up, boy. They catch some locusts and fry them things up like French fries overseas, boy.
You know, I mean, you know, and people like to go over there and try those things. You know, I'm not. I'm gonna stick with what I'm. You know, but the rice, the you know, the noodles, the soups, the fresh vegetables, the fruits. You know what I'm saying? When you get all that stuff, and you eating it, get at a low price. You automatically gonna lose weight and be healthier because you're not first of all, you're not eating GMOs and you're not eating greasy Popeyes and goddamn McDonald's and shit to have your ass like damn, oh shit. I can feel it, man. My whole left side of my body damn tingling all the way down my left on leg, all the way. Oh shit, you better have a stroke, motherfucker. And you got stress. The police on your motherfucking ass, the baby mamas on your ass. The baby daddy's on your ass. Hey, the USA is on your ass. Bills is on your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So go stress-free. More the health state, because it's all about the health state. Your stress, we gotta get into this, your mental disorder. You know what I'm saying? This is some real shit, but go ahead, brother. Don't you know what I'm saying? That shit was some crazy, you know what I'm saying, what they was just talking about right there, man.
Yeah, and the reason I asked you that because I know a lot of times from various people that I've listened to online is that not saying that these people are starving over there in a lot of these places, but they don't have the access to be able to just go out and eat, you know, just a surplus of food all day, every day. And we noticed that until Western society moved into these areas, that the health of these people were optimal in many of these places, many of these countries. You know, compared to over here in America. I mean, we have the most obese society in the world. We have the sickest society in the world. And we have the most overconsumption of processed food, meats, and hybrid foods in the world. So there's definitely a correlation between, you know, what we're eating, what we're putting in our body, and how it's affecting our health overall. Once again, the scriptures say that your body is the temple. So we have to make sure that we're doing everything that we need to do in order to take care of our temple, because if not, we're going to bring death and destruction upon ourselves. I know we like to point the finger outside of ourselves, you know, at other things. And mind you, you know, 10 to 20% of people's sickness and ailments are from environmental causes such as pollution, chemicals, things of that nature that may be added to your water, to the air, to the clothing, you know, your containers and so forth. So we have to account for that. But the majority of our problems is due to what we're putting in our body or the lack thereof. You know, your mental health state also, like the sister said, it plays into your environment, your living conditions, the things that you eat, the lack thereof. So all of these things are interconnected, mind, body, and soul. This is why they say that, because if one is off, eventually all the others are going to be off. So we need to make sure that we're doing everything within our power and not being an enemy within the house of making sure that we're eating right, that we're living right, and that we're educating ourselves on the nutritional factors and benefits of eating the right things and turning away from westernized diets. Because if we don't, we're just going to help the eugenic system, you know, eradicate the so-called black man and black woman off this earth. And with that being said, you know, I'm gonna pull the scripture real quick, bro. Oh, you got the video? Because I'm a big proponent about plant-based diet. I've been doing a plant-based diet now for almost a year. I've done it previously before I fell off the boat and went back to eating a westernized diet. And I will say this, man, I'm a big proponent of it. I think Genesis 1:29 really gives you the blueprint on how to have a very optimal lifestyle and living condition here on this earth by eating the plants that grow off the vine and the fruits that grow off the vine and the tree, you know what I'm saying, versus eating the animal flesh. I know that the scriptures say that, so I would not say that, you know, you're in error doing those things. But if you are able to get away from eating the meats and, you know, concentrate on eating a plant-based diet, I would suggest to do that. That's my humble opinion on the matter.
Hey man, I don't blame you putting it out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try, you know what I'm saying, to start, you know, basically, I'm gonna try to go down, basically start right here. I'm gonna start breaking the red meat side. That's probably including the lamb and all that right there. Passover, come out, eat a piece or whatever. Break, you know what I'm saying? Break the red meats out. Break it down to fish and chicken, then break the chicken out, break it down to a fish diet. You know what I'm saying? I think I can roll with a fish diet. I don't know if I can roll with a straight plant-based, but I know I can get it all the way down to fish. And, you know, probably where I'll probably be at, you know, I better get the fish steamed, grilled, baked, fried, you know what I'm saying, however I want it. But yeah, man, go bring your scripture out, brother. Bring that thing out, man.
Oh no, I'll bring it out after we watch this video.
Okay. I'm gonna bring it out.
All right.
I think the ghost fucked my husband.
I'm sorry, what?
We talk about it. That's because someone can shoot a shot or catch a pass. They don't have issues.
Right.
And for you and Kevin Love and others to openly and honestly talk about it, that's a really positive thing. And I don't think you thought about that at the time.
I didn't.
But now, it's like, man, DeRozan DeRozan, man, he in the league, he makes this, and he dealing with this, and I think it makes it okay for young kids to say, you know what, I got things going on. I need to talk. I need to just open up and be vulnerable.
Yeah, it's the most important thing now. And like you said, I didn't, even when I came out and did it, I did it, you know, for my own selfish reasons.
Right.
Not knowing that, you know, it'll help and motivate and inspire, you know, the conversation or make people willing to be more vulnerable and talk about it, you know. But once I seen that happen, I kind of got upset with myself, like, damn, why I wait so long? Why I didn't do something like this sooner to help somebody, you know, because that's what it's about. Like growing up, my dad was one of those old school man that was like, you better not cry. You better not do
Exactly.
So
yeah.
It was always like,
we didn't show love. We didn't do no hugging. We didn't do a whole lot of that thing. You were supposed to be emotionless.
Yeah.
As a man, you're supposed to be tough.
Yeah.
You don't fear anything. You don't show emotions because showing emotion is a sign of weakness. And we are never supposed to be weak. Now that's how, you know, that's how my grandfather raised, you know. So I'm raising men.
Yeah.
And men don't show weakness. Men don't cry. And men don't show, you know, I can't remember if I ever heard my grandfather tell my grandmother that he loved her.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't tell us he loved her.
Right.
He said, you got a roof over your head?
Right.
You got food on the table? Hell, I love you then.
Yeah.
I don't need to tell you that.
Yeah.
You eating, right?
Yeah.
And so that was the approach. And then you kind of pass that down the line.
Yeah.
And then you realize, like, hold on, nah, I don't really think, Papa, I don't really think, you know, you did some good things, but I think I probably should tell my kids I love them.
Yeah.
And that, you know, and kind of stop this, that you're not a man if you show emotion or you become vulnerable.
Yeah. And the crazy thing, you say that, it's like, even something like this will help me. It's like, I always tell people through real conversations, this is a therapeutic conversation.
Right.
Where you could walk away from it and feel like, damn, I got something off my shoulder today and not even know it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, that was a conversation I always try to get people to have. It's like, talk about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because once you talk about it with somebody that you care about, and you kind of have that dialogue, you can sit there and talk for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, not knowing you done got so much off your chest that you never talked about.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of where it starts, to give that confidence and that comfort to be able to have these type of conversations, because hearing your experience, be like, damn, I'm not the only one.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had the same thing from Sharp, man. Damn, like, now I can carry this over to the next person and, you know, kind of keep it rolling. So that was kind of like my mental and my mindset after I opened up about it. And, you know, same type of conversation I had with Kevin Love. We spent some time together just having different conversation. And it was like, damn, like, I wouldn't knew that, vice versa, but it educate us to be able to help the next person even more. So
you know what to do.
You were hurt by someone you trusted.
Yeah.
Like the family member who abused you.
Yeah.
Which made you feel powerless again. It's cool. Just release this.
Wow, when I saw that scene from Atlanta, I knew I had to talk about it on this week's Cross Connection because it's really not something we see on TV every day, and that's Black men in therapy. And of course, you may remember Kendrick Lamar's album, which dropped this summer, that also explores this very timely topic. Now, according to researchers, Black men are about half as likely to pursue counseling as their white counterparts when experiencing anxiety or depression. Well, the first step in breaking that stigma is to talk about it. And so here with me is Dr. Michael A. Lindsay. He's Dean of the NYU Silver School of Social Work, and back with us is Dr. Jason Johnson. Mike, I want to start with you. Dr. Mike, my Morehouse man on set with me. Great to have you here with me on set, seriously. And I just, I've noticed that this conversation around therapy and Black men is becoming normalized, but maybe not normalized to the extent which it needs to be. Why do you think that's happening now?
Well, I think the pandemic has certainly had an impact on how people are being in touch with their emotions and their psychology, if you will. People are being encouraged to talk about how the pandemic has impacted them. And I think it's a great thing because for so long, there's been so much stigma related to talking about these issues. And so, the time is really perfect for us to be having these conversations because so many people are hurting as a result of what has transpired in the pandemic.
Yeah, it's nice to see. Jason, I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, getting in all up in your biz. But seriously, have you gone to therapy before?
I have, and I actually really debated as to whether I was going to answer this question because it's not so much a fear of threatened masculinity. I just never wanted to really talk about it. But yes, I actually had a therapist. I was uncomfortable, frankly, and I felt like the world doesn't need to know. But you realize that having conversations with the other brothers in my life about their therapy journeys have been helpful. I was in therapy when I was in school because I thought, oh, maybe I'm just stressed. Graduate school when I was getting my doctorate, because I thought, oh, maybe I'm just stressed. But it's like, oh no, this is anxiety. I'm not sleeping. I'm not eating well. And it was a critical part of me moving forward. And I had the rare experience, and I'd love to hear what Dr. Lindsay thinks about this. I actually had a very good experience with a white therapist. Since then, I've never interacted with a white therapist, but I had a white male therapist. So the first thing he said to me is, are you comfortable with talking to a white guy about this? Because I understand if you're not. So that's what built a really good relationship.
That makes a really good point, though, because there does seem to be a necessity for cultural competency when talking to. So when we talk about Black men in therapy, there's also a delta when it comes to Black men therapists.
That's right.
So how can that be addressed?
So what we know is that only about 4% of the mental health workforce are actually Black.
Wow.
And so as a dean of a school of social work, the Silver School of Social Work, it's really important for me to bridge that divide by bringing more people of color, people from historically marginalized populations into the profession, showing them that, you can do well if you come into the behavioral health workforce. And so, to Jason's point, I think that so many people struggle with, I want to see a Black therapist. I want to see someone that looks like me. And I often tell folks, the most important thing is to see someone, right? And then work it out. Just like we have to go to various beauticians or barbers until we find the right fit. Sometimes we have to go through that process until we get the right one. But to go to someone is really, really critical.
Being able to have multiple providers see a patient, oftentimes at the same time.
Alzheimer's disease can take your life. It steals your memories.
And research shows African Americans have a greater risk. New this morning, 24-hour News 8's Marvis Herring learned from the experts that there are ways to make yourself less vulnerable. Good morning, Marvis.
Good morning, Teresa and Casey. Diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease, they all tend to affect the Black community more than others. But knowing your status and family's history when it comes to those conditions, it could be life-changing.
Dad, you know I loved you.
Michelle Battle's encounter with brain disease has been painful. Complications from her dad's dementia took his life in late December.
I done the best that I could with what I had.
And her mom's been battling Alzheimer's for 7 years.
It was like, how is that possible? Both parents?
The Grand Rapids native recalled the unforgettable memories of her father, Lewis Edward Battle Sr., before his diagnosis.
He was a salesman and he can pretty much sell you anything.
Known as a sharp dresser, it never surprised Michelle to catch her dad grabbing his second or third shower of the day. That changed as his memory became cloudy.
He would be like, well, I took a shower. And it's like, no, that was a couple of days ago. So I knew my dad, that was not my dad.
Dementia is an umbrella term.
The Greater Michigan chapter of the Alzheimer's Association explained that out of more than 85 types of dementia, Alzheimer's affects the most people. Vascular dementia ranks second.
And that's where a lot of the African-American population falls into that category because of the untreated heart issues.
Guidance from the Alzheimer's Association and care resources were game changers for Michelle. They offered support groups and advice for new caregivers and explained how her parents may have become more susceptible to mental impairment.
They both have diabetes, high blood pressure, heart problems, and those are statistics that relate to dementia.
Education is going to be the key.
Michelle joined the Alzheimer's Association's efforts to educate the local Black community, hoping to save a life by sharing her personal story. But she said her dad's 2009 diagnosis was no mistake.
I didn't have my dad when I was a little girl, so it was just God that gave him back to me for 7 years for us to bond. And I would cherish every moment of that.
And Michelle says she wants the local African-American community to know that it's okay to ask more questions about dementia. And the local Alzheimer's Association feels the same. They're hosting an event this week. It's tomorrow night at St. Luke AME Zion Church. It's in Grand Rapids on Delaware, and it's called The Basics of Alzheimer's Disease. And really, there's a lot for Black and white, anybody to really learn about this disease, a lot to really digest going into this, from caretaking and,
Well, the mental illness part of it. The mental illness part of it. Let me get a quick script. Wow, man. Deuteronomy 28, chapter 28, verse. And it reads, the Lord shall smite thee with madness, blindness, and astonishment of heart. I'm going to go on to verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in the darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt only be oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Because you got to save yourself. You got to get the hell up out of Babylon. You got to get the hell up out of the fast food restaurants. You got to get the hell up out of all the extra sauce and seasonings. You niggas over season. Man, you women, I don't let none of you cook for me. Except for my mama's never, like the older women. I'm talking about like these new age women you bring around. Man, they over season every goddamn thing. I can't eat a piece of meat. God damn, this shit's salty. Over salted the vegetables, man. Hey, you don't care about yourself, but don't kill me, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to live. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to live as long as I can. You know what I'm saying? If you have control over that, why not take control? That's a discipline. You know what I mean? We have to eat right, because even the eating right affects not only our physical, it affects our mental. All that heart disease and stuff that causes that dementia, like they were saying then, that comes from the diets. And let me go back to the first video I was playing, Shannon Sharp and DeMarcus Rosen. A lot of brothers, don't want to talk about what's going on. A lot of sisters want to talk about what's going on, because you can't go and sit in front of all these other nations of people that don't understand exactly what you have going on in your neighborhoods and your communities. So we need to open up with each other more and attack issues. This is why I formed the Scoring Black Man podcast, because look at the description: attacking serious issues within the Black and urban communities from a street and biblical perspective, because that's going to intertwine together. Then you're going to get the real understanding. See what I'm saying? So the bottom line is, get your diet right. Okay. Start getting, our people need to start getting the hell up out of here. You did everything you can do in America. I don't give a damn if you ain't got nothing but an SSI check. You can live real good in another country. You know what I'm saying? Have your own, eating real good, be happy, don't worry about nobody on your neck. You know what I'm saying? Even watching the negativity on news every day, that affects our health. Every time a black man see another black man, or one of his black women being whored out, or even acting like a whore, or whatever being happened to her, she getting killed. It affects us. You know, these high ass bills and this inflation, that affects us. Mentally, the mental turns to physical. The physical turns to mental. You see that, Gun Yehuda? The physical, the eating turn to heart disease, turns to dementia. But the mental can turn to the physical. It's vice versa, baby. Pastor Troy. Y'all know I'm a down South Georgia boy. You know what I'm saying? It's vice versa. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what time it is, man. Listen, man, black man, get your health right, man. You know what I'm saying? Get your health right, man. You know, but live as long as you can. Get your families out. You right now, man, if you got properties, you got a retirement check, a disability check, whatever. What excuse do you have, man? So many countries, man. Start researching. You on YouTube, everything all day. Anyway, go and see all our people that's in these countries that stand. Get your passport. Go visit. Once you visit once or two times, you're going to be ready to go. Your boyfriend will be out of here real soon. You know what I'm saying? I'll let y'all know once I get there. I don't want Esau to even try to even worry about what the hell, you know what I'm saying? But man, talking about, look at man, living good. Living good. Go ahead, brother Yehuda.
No, he brought out a good point about actually going and seeking some medical care. A lot of our people, another thing is we don't like to go see the doctor. You know, the scriptures tell you in Sirach 38:1, honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him, for y'all have created him. So we have to go out and find the physicians or the doctors that we feel comfortable with, that we are able to have a dialogue with and communicate with, so that way we can get the early diagnosis if we are sick or becoming sick, if we are suffering from mental health issues. A lot of times we suffer in silence. We don't like to communicate these things, even within our own household, to the people that we see each and every day, let alone somebody you don't know and that you're going to go in there and you don't know what the outcome may be. So that's very pivotal for our people to go out and definitely find a physician that they're comfortable with, that they can talk to, that actually gives you good advice, that puts everything on the table and not just trying to shuffle you to Western medicine, but actually gives you comprehensive information for you to look at and for you to consider, you know, all of your options. These are the things that us as a people have to do as a whole. And many of our people that's in the healthcare industry, you know, we need more of you to step up to the plate, you know what I'm saying, and fulfill those roles that are needed for the healthcare for our people in these communities. Because one thing is for sure and two things for certain, when we go to the hospitals, we don't see too many of our people in those positions as far as doctors and RNs and things of that nature. You may see it a little more so in predominantly Black cities, but we know that America as a whole is predominantly a white nation. So in a lot of these cities and counties, you're going to see predominantly white doctors, white nurses, and on top of that, foreign doctors and foreign nurses, and not many of our own people that we can confide in, that we can talk to and communicate with.
Right. And I will say, you know, also to my beautiful Black sisters over here in America and the UK, you know, and all these European countries where they feed us this crap and through foods in the darker nations and movements like the feminist movement, like any kind of movement, LGBT. Try to be a pillar of rest. You know what I'm saying? If you believe in, you know, you necessarily got to believe in the Bible, but if you do believe in the Bible, you should be a pillar of rest. If you believe in loving your man, you should be trying to be a pillar of rest to him. You know what I'm saying? Keep the stress off him and find those ways. You know what I'm saying? Because the black man is he's a king of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real here. And you should want your kings, our brothers, you know what I'm saying, to live as long as they can. And you should want to live as long as they can, because this show is just not for the brothers, it's for you queens too out here, for you sisters. Y'all need to really, you know what I'm saying, worry about your health as well. You know what I'm saying? Once again, the foods, exercise, the gym, you know what I'm saying, the stress levels, get somewhere peaceful. Flee the matrix, flee Babylon. You know what I'm saying? And get somewhere where your money stretches a long way. Why would you stay here and barely make it and stress yourself out and die early when you can live longer and have a better, peaceful life? It just doesn't make sense. It just don't make sense at all. Brother Dunya Hooter, man, I'm not going to hold him. That was the last of the videos, the last of everything, man. Your final thoughts, Brother Dunya Hooter.
Yeah, we pretty much covered it. I think, you know, like you said, if you can find an avenue that's less stressful for you, definitely look into it. Definitely do the research and possibly move up out of the country if you find that there's other places that accommodate your situation and your current living situation, but provide you a better quality of life. For those of us that's still here in the Matrix and Babylon the Great, you have to find ways in order to improve your lifestyle, improve your way of life. First and foremost, coming back to the Most High, y'all, understanding that there's things of you that's required according to the scriptures. And when you do these things, it will improve your quality of life. You know, how we eat, how we interact with one another, how we dialogue, so forth and so on. All of these things are an improvement on your mental and your physical health. So when we start actually listening and applying these God-given rules and regulations to our everyday life, we'll start seeing a change, not only within ourselves, but within our community. And that's the goal. We're trying to change the minds of the youth and possibly of the elders within our community to where we can start growing as a people, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Not being in a regressive state, not being in a downtrodden state, but actually climbing back to that pinnacle of being God's here on the earth. So with that being said, I want to say shalom to everybody that tapped in, clocked in today with us with the health state of Black men in America. You know, may Abba Yah, you know, bless you on this holy Sabbath day. And if you're congregating, may your congregating go very well and be very joyous. And those of you that's hearing my voice and the brother Hilltop voice, we say thank you for tuning in once again. And Most High willing, check us out not next week, but the following week, because the brother gonna be traveling. Matter of fact, before we go, just hit him off with where you going, bro. Let him know what you're doing next week.
Okay, man. For all y'all, man, y'all like traveling, you know what I'm saying, traveling blogs, just looking at different countries. Please, you know what I'm saying, go over to Hilltop Traveling Everywhere. Type that in to YouTube. Hit that subscribe button over there. Support your boy. Yes, I will be going over to Colombia, and I'm going to be showing you. I'm not going to tell you what city, but it will be a beach city. I will be on the beach, and you know, the tourist areas and all the other areas. A lot of Afro-Colombian areas. So you will see the history. I'm going to bring you videos on my traveling channel. I might throw some over here in the Hilltop Traveling series over here in the Scoring Black Man podcast. But you want the exclusive, you got to go over there. You're going to see the historical sites of the first city where the African diaspora was freed. Yes, you know what I'm saying? When you go and get your damn passport, Negroes, you can see some shit. And you can learn that you just ain't over here in America, okay? Quit thinking your shit. Don't stink over here. Go and you will see some of our people that keep some of the same cultures that you Negroes don't forget. This is why you're acting like a damn fool. Some of them act like a fool, but some of them are still have their culture and they have the traditions and they act civilized. You know what I'm saying? So you go over there, you go to the Hilltop Travel Everywhere, hit that subscribe button, and I will see y'all the next following weekend, and we're going to attack the feminist LGBT movement amongst the black women in the US, the UK, and South America. Oh yeah, South America, we coming for you. Brazil, perfectly. So tune in for that right there. But though, like I always at the end, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13 and 14, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High God, keep his commandments. You can keep his commandments by keeping his dietary laws. Put that damn pork down. Put that big ass, ugly ass damn lobster down. Put all that little shit, put it down. You know what I'm saying? And eat, don't overeat, don't eat in gluttonous. Do what the Most High tell you to do. So once again, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High God, keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For the Most High God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing. You can't hide it, Negro, whether it be good or whether it be evil. And with that, I would like to say shalom, Most High, Christ bless you all. Good day. Shalom.